What you have behind me is a track where the riders can go up to 200 miles per hour. So at those speeds, you need to react in an instant, you can't think. So how do you do that around a track of 37 miles? Well, since the very beginning of this race, the marshals have been forming a network all around the track. And it's a network that is distributed, real-time, and fault-tolerant. And those are the exact same characteristics of any network around the world. So this is where the analogy is very powerful, is that what the marshals have invented here about 100 years ago is actually a perfect analogy of what every network is today. Watch what happens as the bike passes. The marshals here tracks it, and the moment it's gone, the next one down course already has it. In a network, that is handover. Your phone passing from one tower to the next as you move without the call dropping. Now, the marshal at this corner doesn't phone headquarters to ask what to do. There is no time for that. The decision gets made right here, where it matters. That is edge intelligence. You push the thinking out to the edge of the network to where the action is because the center is too far away and too slow. And look closely. There is never just one marshal at a corner. There are at least two. Because if one goes down, an injury, a radio failure, a moment's distraction, the corner still has to be covered. That is redundancy. It's the difference between a system that works on a good day and one you can trust with a life at 180 miles an hour. It's how you reach 99.99%, not by hoping nothing breaks, but by designing for the moment something does. Handover, edge intelligence, redundancy. A distributed network that is real-time and built to survive its own failures. And every bit of it runs on 600 people in orange, standing on a road on one island, 2 weeks a year. Hold that picture, because the rest of the world is about to need exactly the same network everywhere, all the time, and it cannot use volunteers. Think back to those 600 marshals. Handover, edge intelligence, redundancy, a network you can trust at 180 miles per hour. Now put that same demand on every connected car on Earth. A modern vehicle like this needs exactly what a TT rider needs. A connection that follows it everywhere it goes, that makes decisions locally in milliseconds, that never fully drops even when part of the network fails. The same three principles. But not for one road, for every road. Not for 2 weeks, for the entire life of the vehicle. Not in one country. In every market, the car is sold. You can't do that with 600 volunteers in orange jackets. You can't put a marshal in every corner of the road. So you need to do this in silicon. The network the marshals run on instinct. Connected vehicles needed written in software, available everywhere, all at once. And that, doing in software what 600 marshals do on instinct, is actually one of the most complex challenges in automotive connectivity today. This is where the industry is stuck. So let's talk about why. Let's say take a car. We take a car that is in Australia. Mm-hmm. Can you walk us through what a car would do from a connectivity or data perspective without your solution and with your solution?
Sure. So the car, I mean, obviously different generations of car behave differently, but in terms of, let's just take a standard use case. So a car, what chooses to connect to the network, it would, without our solution, it would, if it was a roaming solution, it would connect to one of the preferred networks, one of the allowed networks, and then it would establish its data session. Now that data session wouldn't be establishing in country, even though it's connecting to the local radio access network. That data session actually goes all the way back to the home operator. So that home operator could be, we know examples of Hong Kong, Singapore, for example. Sometimes European mobile network operators are used to roam in Australia. So that means the data would come all the way back to Europe just to go back to Australia. So you end up, it's called tromboning, but it's like a loop for the data, which is very inefficient. You can be looking at hundreds and hundreds of milliseconds, sometimes 1,000 milliseconds. with our Edge product is the ability to keep the same subscriber that's in the car today and has always been in the car without the need to do SIM swapping or over-the-air SIM swapping, but just to be able to repoint what's called the APN, the access point name, towards our solution. You can do that within the network or on the device if you want to. Repoint that to our Edge solution, meaning that existing estates out in the field can actually be repointed into country now. So if there are OEMs out there, which we know there are, who are having these connectivity challenges around latency, you can actually retrofit this capability without changing anything on the car.